Well, howdy doody, and good morning. It's early for me on a weekend anyway. I've never done this before. This is not a live show. I am trying a pre-recorded kind of thing. I was working on a project, and after watching so many other YouTubers in the community and whatnot, and just like thinking about some of the shows they do and some of the different ideas they have, and like, some people show you how they use all their video editing on the iPad, and some people show you everything you can do on GarageBand apps, and they show you what they're doing as one of their shows. They have several different programs that they do. Some of them are tutorials, some of them are just live shows and performances and whatnot. It got me thinking. I was working on a project, and I was like, you know what? I don't think I show people anything about like my process for making like the videos and whatnot for my songs. Not my live streams, but the actual like videos of the edited stuff with like the green screen effects and stuff, and how I do that. As you can tell, as you can see, I'm not using a green screen. I don't have a green screen. I'm actually not even using a virtual background at the moment. So yeah, this is my mess. This is behind the scenes, completely raw. Last night, rather late, I was playing around with the piano, and I recorded a piece. I don't know if it's going to work, if I set this up right. If you can hear that. Just a piano piece, like a little concerto thing. I have some ideas of what I want to do with it and how I might change it, but for now, like just the raw piano. I've started working on like a video for it. Okay, so just as an example, I was playing the piano anyway, and I'm trying to make a video for it. And the funny thing is, I kind of had some foresight, and when I was playing it, I set up a camera and just recorded visually what I was doing. Now the audio, there's no audio. All you hear is the, oh, that wasn't supposed to be there. I didn't know that was gonna work. It wasn't even open. But you hear the clinking of the keys, but no piano sound anyway. So this is the studio, and I did some MIDI work. Nothing major, just like a little quantization, and maybe removed a few stumbly notes, and there's nothing here. Oh, I know why. There we go. I zoomed in out the wrong way. There it is. So there's the whole MIDI file. Kind of neat. I've been looking at that thinking, wow, I'd like to just sit here. I've seen people like draw pictures with MIDI, and now I see like how that's possible. Like, I want to do some weird shit like that, but I digress. So yeah, like I just did some quantization and cleaning up a few little missteps on the piano. Right, I bumped the wrong key as I was hitting a key. You know what I mean? Little double tap things. But while I was recording it, like I said, oh, where'd it go? It was already set up. Oh, man. I think it friggin' lock screen shut my little screen share thing down. was set up, I swear. Alright, so there we go. So here I've got my phone, and I'm working on a video for it. Now, I haven't transferred the audio yet, so you'll probably hear... I'm going to try to click it on the computer screen. Yeah. The clunking of the piano without any sound. So I'm going to overdub the audio back onto the video when I'm done. Okay. But you notice... Oh. You notice how right here the background is gone. How did I do that without a green screen, right? That's pretty neat, right? Well, I'm using an app called VideoLeap, and there's limitations to this, and I've kind of found a workaround. It's a pain in the ass. It takes forever. It only does this background removal feature with, I think it's like under 40-second clips or something like that. And I've got like this 4-minute friggin' video, 4.5, maybe 5 minutes, and I want to remove all this shit, but it will only do it 30 seconds at a time. So you could sit there and just split the video. I've already done it. You can see the sections. Okay, and when you get to the section you want, you'll go to remove background. This is kind of a impromptu VideoLeap tutorial, I guess. I used to be big on iMovie, and then when I found VideoLeap and I started following what was going on, it was really cool. They update and add features and so forth, and unlike other things, you don't have to pay extra to get the new features. I mean, obviously you can subscribe to the app and get like the premium features, but when they add more, you don't pay to get the new features. It's just, you know, that's part of the deal. Some apps make you pay extra. Oh, we added this, pay this to add this feature. You know, screw you guys. These guys, I like the VideoLeap, the Photo Leap, Motion Leap. Motion Leap needs some attention, but they're just really, really cool apps to have. So how did I do this? Well, I have to tell it what parts I want to keep is what it's asking right now. So I want to keep me, and it's kind of wonky selecting. You gotta keep messing around until you get everything you want. And I want the piano. Oh, see, I only get the black keys. I want the white keys too. Oh, that gave me the rest of the... That one actually worked pretty good. Usually it takes me quite a few more clicks to get everything I want highlighted, and sometimes it'll highlight shit you don't want, and if it does, there's a remove feature. You just hit the remove button and then touch what you want it to remove, and you can zoom in and, you know, get little fine stuff, little details. Like, you see how some little white specks on the keyboard still. I want them to be orange because that's what I want selected. So I'm just gonna, this is gonna screw up the whole picture, but add a little bit more detail to the selection. That actually worked pretty good. Usually it ends up highlighting part of the couch and stuff behind me, and I had to deselect that, but it's actually done a pretty decent job this time. Not bad for a demonstration, right? It actually worked. Maybe it knows. It's like, oh, we're being watched. So then you just hit apply. It says this will only take a few seconds, but it takes a few minutes. They lie. Which is fine. I mean, if you think about it, you know, you got a nice long video and you got to cut it all up into like 30-second sections and do this to every section. It takes a while. You need patience, or you just need to be friggin' stubborn, or have no life, have nothing else to friggin' do with your time, like myself. So, you know, I thought it'd be kind of neat to show you a little bit of the process, what I'm doing, how I'm doing this. While I'm here, once I get the video ready and I've got the friggin' dot open, I will export this wave, this file, this MIDI file, as a wave, because I'm not going to do anything else to it at this point. I have other ideas that I want to do later on, but I was thinking the other night, I'll tell you what I was thinking. I was thinking last night, I bought an 88 key MIDI controller. Like, I was thinking, well, how many friggin' octaves is that? That's a lot of range. That's friggin' 7 octaves. Serendipitous, my favorite number, right? So I'm like, wow, that's actually kind of neat. Oh, see, it finished. I'll continue with what I was saying. But so I was thinking, well, on like a composition, like a classical piece, a symphony orchestra, there's so many different instruments, and they all have a specific range. Like, you're down low, you'll have like a contrabassoons and upright basses, and then somewhere in between you'll have some strings, and then a little further up in the range you'll have like some horns and flutes, and you know what I mean. And I was thinking, maybe if I either this piece that I'm working on now, or another one with this project in mind, to go through and to keep in mind while I'm playing each section of the piano, to think of it as a different part of an orchestra, you know what I mean, or the symphony, and kind of write all of this whole thing as a piano piece, so I hear how it sounds musically, and then later copy and paste like just certain ranges between this octave and this octave and this octave and this octave and this octave, and work my way down, and each part of the arrangement make it a section of an orchestra. Like, all the low bass notes, make those the contrabassoons, and the baritones, and the French horns and stuff, you know what I mean, and just kind of separate it out like that, and take one piece and use it to write a symphony with different, all the different instruments and the different parts, because each range is basically be, I don't know, an equivalent to the transposition to the range of an instrument, right? I mean, I might be wrong. This might be weird thinking this, but I think because writing it as a song on the piano, I mean, it's going to sound, hopefully, if I do a good job, it'll sound like a decent song. Musically, the progressions and all that, and then swap them out for the instruments, and see. I want to see how that would sound. So that's something. I'm all over the place. I don't know if it's ADHD or what, but I got so many projects and ideas and things I want to do and try, and moving forward and actually motivating to make myself actually complete some of this stuff is my challenge for this year, I guess. I have one that I've started, and you've seen that I've recorded, and I've been talking about recording a live drum set to replace the app created drums that I've used on this track. So that's one that's on a burner. It's not a back burner. I've got that burner on simmer. It's moving along. There's stuff going on. So, but anyway, back to this. You can see on the phone that it has removed the background. I mean, there's some errors. You can see on the top of the piano, that spot that goes black right there. There's little errors, and although, look, you can see all the white keys are gone. There's no white. So you know what I gotta do? I gotta hit reselect. It's gonna reanalyze the clip. We gotta do it over again. That's the first one it did that to me on. So let's try this again. Let's start with the white keys. And selected them. There's the piano. Oh, I want me. There's a little bit of couch, a little pillow there. Let's get rid of that. Oh, now the keys are gone. See, this is what I was talking about. It's kind of wonky. You got to play with it. Keep adding and removing until you get it to highlight what you want. Oh, I hit add and it took stuff away instead. See, this is so weird. But that looks like it might be okay. So let's hit apply and try this again. Hopefully all the white keys are in this shot. Like I said, this takes time. I've still got a few more clips to. I've been doing it for a while. I've been sitting in the garage. That's one of the reasons I like transferring my stuff from my PC to my phone, because I spend a lot of time like either out in the garage, or even when I'm at work on my breaks, my coffee break, my lunch break. I like to do my tinkering and my editing and whatnot, and on the go wherever I go. I don't want to be planted here in my bedroom in the studio. You know what I mean? I have shit to do. I have a life. I'm moving around. I'm doing shit. But I still want to keep working on stuff. So that's why I've been very persistent about adding files from my PC to my iOS. And I don't, some people say, well, why are you doing that? It's pointless. Why don't you just do it all on your phone? Well, I don't want to play the piano on my phone out on the go. I can. It's not the same. It's kind of a pain in the butt connecting the piano to the phone. I can't remember how if it just plugs right in and works, or if I needed to use the powered USB to make it work. There's more connections and wires and fiddling, and I've got it set up, you know what I mean? I'm going to leave it this way. So, I don't know. Still figuring out my mojo, you know what I'm saying? Alright, let's see how this clip turned out. It finished. Okay, so scrolling along, we got the white keys. A little bit missing under my fingers there, like a shadow. We'll leave that alone. We'll let that go. Alright, I think I have one more. I don't even think I need that whole clip. Yeah, I don't need to see me shutting the recording off on the DAW. See that? I go over and hit stop. Boop, stop. And then I reach over and hit stop on the phone, on the camera, right? So I don't need that in the video. Let's stop right about there. So I'm going to clip this again. I'm just going to get rid of the end of it. And now I just need to do the cutout, the remove background. Oops. Remove background on this last little clip. And then I could probably be doing it at the same time, but I'm trying to focus. I'm scattered sometimes. Export the piano part as a wave, and then transfer it to the phone. See, every time I select, a lot of stuff disappears, and I think it's got the pillow. It's hard to tell with the pillow in my room, because everything highlights orange, and the damn pillow's orange. Yeah, see, it was highlighted. Sometimes I miss that. I gotta go back and reselect and do this all over again. I don't know if you've seen some of my videos, and you've seen some of this green screen type effect I've done quite a bit. Now you can imagine how long some of this crap took me. You know, a lot of times the music, I'll slap a friggin' tune together or something in less than an hour. Whether it's recording guitar parts and making loops and jamming a solo over it for like 10 minutes, or jumping on GarageBand and selecting a bunch of different live loops and just mixing something up in like 5 or 10 minutes. But then it's the creation of the video. If I planned ahead, did I take video? Do I have to download the video from the live stream and copy that, and you know what I mean, try to doctor that? I've done that a lot. You notice that in some of my videos. If you watch the live stream and then you watch the video, you see some of the footage of me playing from the live stream in the video, but like the background's different, and you that's how I do some of this stuff. It's so impromptu. I don't always plan this stuff. Like when I go live and I record something, like, hey, that was actually good, I'm gonna make that a song. I'd like to have some footage for a video. I'm like, man, I can't play it again. It was improv. I don't remember what I did, but I did a live stream, so I'll go and pirate my own video for footage, basically. So I got this one selected. Let's hit apply. I've been running my mouth. I could have been waiting while I was doing that. So yeah, like I said, I'm scattered. Even this video, I'm sure I'm all over the place, aren't I? Now that I think about it, that's how I am. It's hard. It's hard for me to stay focused on shit sometimes. I get so much going on, and I have a hard time vocalizing, or just, bringing my inner thoughts, projecting them to other people to understand. A lot of times people try to do phone calls or video or voice chats, and I always end up usually texting back. I'm a writer. My thoughts are scattered and deep, and trying to speak and my ideas, I stutter or stagger a lot because I'm stumbling over thoughts like friggin', I don't know, 10 years ahead. You know what I mean? I'm thinking shit. I have this weird perception of time, I guess. Like, I don't know, when I was younger, I swear I knew some of what my life as an adult was going to be like, some of the things that were going to happen, some of the things I would do. Like, I swear, before this is weird, in high school, looking through like muscle car magazines and stuff, I always dreamed I'd have a friggin' muscle car. I knew I'd have a car, and the weirdest thing is, before it ever existed, I knew and saw the shape of this Mustang. Back in like 95-ish, 94-ish. I had the image of that hood, the mean looking hood. Somehow I just knew someday I would have that. That would, and I've never seen it before at that point. You know what I mean? It's weird. This like conception of time inside my head is different, I think, than other people's, and I don't know. That's part of what drives me crazy sometimes. Coming to grips with it and trying to be and act like everyone else. Just, I can't. Trying to explain. Again, I'm stumbling and stuttering over myself. And I digress, so let's check it. One of the keys went kind of shitty in that one. I could redo that clip, but you know what? I think I'm going to let that go too. So, the whole video now, 4 minutes long. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 sections I had to do that to. But that's a workaround with the VideoLeap. It's a limitation. It only does, clips so many seconds long. Well, okay, I've got a 4-minute video. I'm going to divide it into clips of so many seconds long to do this. Like I said, stubborn, persistence. I don't know what you would call it. Excuse me. Anyway. So there's that part. I'm going to save this. And back out of there. Now, for now, and that's probably going to close because I'm going to leave it for a minute. So yeah, I'm going to try to export this as a wave. I'm just going to hit OK and close as media editor. I don't know if that's going to affect anything or not. I like putting it on the visualizer. I like seeing... I love the sustain and the echo on that. It sounds like I'm in a cathedral or something, or a big church, a giant church playing a piano instead of an organ sound. Anyway, was I concentrate, focus? Yeah. So I like doing the stuff like this because, like the video, you all know that I'm working with MIDI now, so I could have created this playing one note at a time, friggin' like 24 friggin' recording sessions layered on top of each other, you know what I mean? But I didn't. You know what I mean? I just improvised it all in one run, like a one-take wonder, I call them. It might not be good, but I like it. I don't even know if it sounds good. I just like the sound of the piano itself. I think that's what's more satisfying to me, just hearing and tinkering with trying to sound like, you know, a great concert piano kind of thing. I just like the sound. I don't know. Focus, yeah, export. Burn audio to CD, yeah, right. Like this computer has a CD player on it. I do have one USB, but I don't have a friggin' USB port available. I need a big USB hub with like 10 friggin' ports. As if my computer could handle that. Anyway. Only export the range between the end, start and end markers, yes. Normalize, no. There are no tracks to export individually. That's a cool feature. You can export tracks individually. I just had to do that recently, but I had to do them myself. I had to mute everything but one, export, mute that one, unmute one, export, unmute that one. This one will do them all for you individually. That's pretty cool, and it's got a compression feature. But just a heads up, if you are exporting, don't do a compression on your export, because other apps like GarageBand do not like compressed wave files. I found that out the hard way also. So if you're gonna do any sound compression, do it in the DAW and then export it straight up as is. Don't do it, because it's not the same compression as is in, you know, as an effect. It's something to do with the computer language. It's compressing the file. It's not compressing the sound, it's compressing the file, and the friggin' apps don't like that. That's why when you export from GarageBand, you have the option of an uncompressed wave file. Same idea. It has nothing to do with the compression effect. It's the file type. It's compressing the file. You don't want to do that when you're transferring back and forth with different apps, different OSs, different people. You're sharing stuff with people, sending it back and forth. You want them uncompressed. No. Share your song with the community. Open producer base now. Don't know that community. I'll just hit OK for now. So now, hopefully, I didn't even check on where I was exporting that to. Where did it go? Oh, okay, I see it. It's okay. It went where I wanted it to. So yeah, I'm just gonna close out this. We don't need the DAW anymore. And my phone is still doing weird stuff. Wow. Okay, what happened? Yeah. Okay. Sure. Let's open the project back up. I'm talking to myself. Don't mind me. Alright. Sometimes the VideoLeap is kind of wonky, so when you're working on stuff, when you've done a lot of edits, you just want to back out so it saves it, and then come back in, and that avoids some of the glitching that happens. I've noticed that. As much as I love it, there have been some issues here and there. Let's do the iTunes thing. I did click it, right? There we go. Which means I gotta plug my phone in. I hope that doesn't screw up the screen share Bluetooth thing. It does that in my car. If I want to plug my phone in to charge it in my car while it's connected with the sync, it screws up the friggin' computer in the car, and it does all kinds of weird stuff. So I ended up having to get a cigarette lighter adapter just for charging, because when you plug your USB into the phone, you can sync any phone with that USB port, but if it's syncing Bluetooth, it's also trying to sync with the USB. So I have to use a cigarette lighter adapter so it doesn't do the USB, it's just a power signal, you know what I'm saying? Same idea here. I'm hoping it doesn't freak out because it's plugged in and doing Bluetooth. Alright. So we select the phone, we select file sharing. This is the iTunes app. And you select GarageBand. It's just real quick. I've shown people how to do this, so I'm not really explaining myself in all that detail. Grab the file, the WAV file, throw it in the list. That goes directly to the Files app on your phone. Now that WAV is on my phone. And this is another reason I wanted to come on here and show you this. This is something people might not know about VideoLeap. If you look in here for audio, it's got music, and the artist section, that's your music, your personal music, your iTunes, your Apple Music. That's all the stuff on your phone. The story blocks, they provide some music, but be careful. I've had copyright bullshit using that. But you notice there's no way, even with this audio, and I'll notice if you go to the main screen where none of your film is highlighted, there's a few selections. If you select on something, there are more selections down the bottom. The audio section is different in each one. Now this one, you open it up and it's got volume, denoiser, AI. There's a bunch of different, it's got an equalizer. You can also extract audio. I know some people were wondering how to extract audio from video. There's a way to extract it. I don't think you can export the audio only as audio in VideoLeap, unfortunately. That'd be really helpful, useful. You know what I mean? But you can grab a video that has audio that you want in your video, grab that video, extract the audio, and delete the video, and the audio will still be there, and you can put that on your video. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I'm giving away some of my pirating tricks. Oh my gosh. Yes, I pirate stuff sometimes if I can get away with it. So what I'm doing, I want that audio. First I want to mute the little keyboard clicks, right? Because we're not going to use the audio from this video. Don't need to hear me breathing through my deviated septum. We don't need to hear that. So let's just mute all that. How do you get audio from files into VideoLeap? This is really cool. I don't know if many people know about this. I gotta find it. Piano. Where is it? January 4th. There it is. I don't remember what I titled it. I'm starting to label things with dates and stuff because there's so much crap on here. I don't even remember. Half the projects I started have disappeared because I don't even remember what I called them. Anyway, so let's see if this audio works. That's the song. From my Windows PC onto my Apple phone. Alright, like I said, how do you get that on VideoLeap? Well, you see the little square in the bottom, the share button? You know that symbol, that's universal. Like, you notice we're using a lot of people are reading symbols now, much like ancient Egyptians. Eventually, is our language eventually going to evolve into just like pictographs and shit? Because, you see that little square with the arrow. We don't say a square with an arrow, we say a share. That's the share. That is now a word, basically, for share. Again, random. I'm all over the place. When you do that, you can share with different apps or whatever. But VideoLeap, is on the list, dude. And if you have a project open, it drops it right on the project you're already working on, dude. That's there's no other way to get file audio on there. You can't grab it in the app, but you can put it on the app. You know what I'm saying? You can get it and then. See, now my task is going to be aligning it with the video, which has been a pain in the butt with some videos. Recently I did one. I made an acoustic loop on my 12 string and then did a live jam over it. Well, like this, I thought ahead and recorded a video of me playing the acoustic when I was making the loop, and later on I did a re-edit where I pirated my live stream footage and superimposed the footage of the acoustic part on top of it, but it was a loop. Well, I had to recreate the loop in the video too and keep it lined up with the friggin' audio loop. That frustrating. Alright, I see why it didn't line up. I did not delete me hitting the record button and stuff. So let's go. I'm about to hit the key right there. I'm going to split it right there. Oh, wrong. I don't want to split the audio. I want to split the video. Let's delete this part. Now it'll be a lot closer. We're almost lined up. Hold on. Alright. Now I think it's non-destructive editing. I think I can stretch it back out a little bit. I think I cut too much because there is a pause in the audio itself. Oh, that was so close. Actually, I think I got it. I'm gonna go with it. That's freaking close enough. And that's how I've done this stuff. Yeah, that lines up. I've been getting good at it. I've done this quite a few times. So that's how I do that. And now that you see that I've got this cutout, now I want to put a background behind it, which means I need to make this an overlay, because I want this to be overlaid on top of whatever image behind it. That's the confusing part. And because it's all clipped up like this, it's going to be kind of fun, because you start overlaying them and you got to grab them and line them back all up in a line. Or I could export this like it is, and that way any editing won't mess with the timing with the audio. Like right now, if I added a transition between them, it would throw off the audio timing, because it like takes the two clips and overlaps them, and that fucks up the timing. But if I make this all one clip again, like say if I export it, I think I should do that. No, I can't, because then I have to do the cutout again. It won't be a cutout, it'll be a black background. So yeah, I have to do it the overlay way. The hard way. Okay. So I'll just click on the clip and hit overlay. And now they're going to overlap. It's going to be so fun keeping them. Alright, the next clip is what? 28 seconds. Overlay. Make sure you grab the right one. And slide it up. And the cool thing about this, there's haptics like on like your PlayStation remote, so the vibrations and stuff you feel like when someone hits you or whatever. When your clips line up and they meet each other, there's a little haptic. You feel it, a little doop, doop, you feel it. It's kind of neat. Sometimes it's off too. You mean you can always zoom in and make sure it's not off at all. Make sure they end the end in which they are. I did good. Okay. But yeah, the haptics thing that's a neat feature. Oh. Grab this one and overlay. Now sometimes the haptics mess you up because it'll hit a different line, not one you're looking. You just gotta be careful with the haptics. Make sure they're actually hitting the right one. It could be hitting the end of an audio clip. It could be hitting the end of a clip that you're on the bottom that you're getting rid of. You know what I mean? The overlays. So I'm just gonna slap them all up there real quick and then check all the connections afterwards. Just make sure they're all in order. That's the most important part, is getting them in order first. Oops. This one. Almost there. Once I do this, I can just grab it. I can make any kind of background and it'll be all behind me. Like I said, this isn't exactly the idealist way to go about it, all these clips, but that's how I work around for the limitations in the cutout, the lengths of the clips. It only allows like 35 seconds or 40 seconds. I can't remember. It'll warn you. It'll tell you. It'll say, only allowed up to 40 seconds long or whatever. Like, yeah, whatever. I'll find a way. Alright, let's zoom in. See, that one looks like it's good. Next one is not good. See that gap? Let's grab this one. Oh, I felt the haptic. There are two overlapping. What happened? See, this is where it's a pain in the ass. Now I gotta figure out which one. Oh my god, what happened? It almost looks like it duplicated it. How long is it? 31. How long is this one? 25. Uh-oh, they are different. What did I do? How did that happen? What? This one, this one. And this is the shitty part of doing it like this. That's why I don't know where that clip's gonna go. I'm gonna undo everything and start over. Something happened. And it might be like something I mentioned before. I've done some stuff to it, back out of it, save the project. I added the audio, right? And open the project back up. Try this one more time. Overlay. Overlay and move it over. Overlay. See that duplicate button's right beside it. I think I might have accidentally hit duplicate or something during one of these. Do it again. See, I was hitting the haptics from the bottom clips. And I decided not to pay as much attention until after, and I'm going to do it better this time. I'm going to make sure it's on the right one. That one. I wish it were more like a DAW where I could put that red line where I want it to end up, and then hit overlay and have it jump to that spot. That'd be kind of neat. Like pasting in the DAW, you put your start marker and then hit paste. It'll paste it at the start marker instead of fucking dropping it on top of whatever's behind it like this. And even the red line is a haptic. When you pass the red line, it makes a little vibration, a little tick. Like right now, if I go over it, see it snap to it, it's a haptic, it ticked right onto it. Snap. Alright. This one. This one. One more. Overlay. I think we got it. I think we got it so far. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, and it lined up good. Yep, alignment's good. Alright, slowly make sure they all smoothly from one to the other. No gaps. Like I said, even with the haptics, they can fool you. There could be a little microsecond gap there. And if you watch my video Tools of the Divine, if you're really keen, you can see my editing error. There's an extra guitar clip overlay. It was supposed to be the bass guitar. Something similar that just happened apparently when I was creating that video, and I missed that and exported it and uploaded it, and then noticed it after watching it a few times, like, oh crap. I think I went back into the project and fixed it, but I never bothered replacing it on YouTube or anything. So, you know what? Nostalgia. So now, with that overlay, carrying on, this isn't one I'm going to use, but I'm just going to, an example. I'm using stock images. There's premium ones you can pay for. I bought a few I've done for some of my videos, which is really weird because I don't, probably not wise, because I don't actually make any money off my shit yet, or have yet to make any money off anything. Excuse me. So spending a few dollars here and there to freaking add a freaking effect or something on a video is probably not the wisest decision monetarily, but they say you gotta spend money to make money, right? And just for example's sake, we'll just grab this. It looks kind of neat. See, now it's behind, the smoke is behind me. Isn't that cool? And these are video clips. You can't stretch them, but you can duplicate it. And what I like to do with the duplicated ones sometimes, so that they don't look so skippy, where is it, is reverse the duplicated one. So the start and end point are the same. Instead of skipping back to the beginning of the video, you know what I mean? It scrolls back a little more smoothly. It's another one of my little tricks. Let's see, watch. We'll go from... See, now the smoke's going back the other direction. Instead of skipping back to where you'd notice all the black, you know, the colors are way different at that point. So if I just duplicated it, it would have looked clippy. But since I reversed the second one, it just kind of goes back the other way. It's kind of neat. And it's not long enough for the video. I could do more, or I could add more clips, or I could also adjust the speed. Where'd that go? Let's slow the smoke down a little bit. See if we can take up some more time in the video. I'll do the same thing to the other half. Oh look, now we get too much. Let's just, ooh. There, I made it to the end of the video. Oh, it doesn't go. Hey now. When I do GarageBand, the shared screen actually flips sideways. Apparently that doesn't do that for VideoLeap. Alright, I'll spare you the suffering through the entire video. You'll just have to wait till I actually publish it, I guess. I don't know. Like I said, that background's probably not going to be the one I use, but I just wanted to throw one on there to show you the result of all the clipping and the cutout and the overlay. What I go through to make some of these videos and how I do it. I mean, like I said, there are so many creators out there that are basically demoing the apps they use. I'm gonna throw some drop some names. I love watching Leela, Dark Leela, and with her art and the music, and she does a lot of this video creation. She uses so many different apps, and it's on like the iPad or stuff. I don't have an iPad. I don't use the apps. Then you get people like Jade Star and Pete Johns, and a lot of them show you their creative process on some of their shows. Like Pete Johns is showing you how to use GarageBand and his recording process, and like how he does like little thumbnail recordings first to get the ideas down, and then goes back and does a more polished actual recording of, you know, just their whole process. It's pretty neat, and I thought I'd show you some of mine and show you some of the tricks I learned. Like especially how to put your audio onto VideoLeap, because there's no option in VideoLeap to import from the Files app, which is strange because it's an iOS app itself. They should know better, you know what I mean? If it's an iOS, there's going to be the Files app. There's probably going to be files in the Files app that they want to add to their editing, but no, they didn't add that path. That pathway is not there. But as I showed you, if you go to the file you want, you can share it into VideoLeap, and it will drop it right onto your project. And you can do it even if you don't have a project. I'm going to do this again. I'm just going to show you. I'm going to do no project. So I closed the project, right? Now I'm going to share this song again in VideoLeap. Oh, it opened the project. I didn't want to open the project. Well, let's go home. That's what I did wrong. So now it's completely closed out my project. Let's share this in VideoLeap again. Why is it continuing to open my project? That's not normal. That's new. Huh. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to close VideoLeap then. Let's open it fresh. Open the app. Keep current selection. I'm not adding any more photos. I'm going to go into my Files app. Try this one more time. See, there. It drops the audio into a new project with nothing in it even. You can start your project with the audio app. You just have to load it from your files into it. You can't get to it once you're in VideoLeap. And it does work. So, well, and no, I'm not sponsored by VideoLeap or anything or anybody. Name dropping. I like to share stuff I learn, and I learn a lot of stuff from these guys. So I don't mind throwing a shout out, you know. Even some other names, Kianra. She does a lot of the meaty stuff. I love watching some of her stuff and trying to. She does it so quick, and she uses the shortcut keys and shit. So I'm not really learning how to operate the MIDI, but just watching her and seeing what is capable has helped me greatly. I don't know. I'm all over the place. I bounce around, and I'm not like a hardcore fan of anybody. I'm not following everybody every day, watching every video. I mean, I can't. There's just so many. You know what I mean? The community is growing, is huge, and there's so many people out there and so much talent. Hopefully, I don't want people to feel like, you know, I'm just a breeze by or something, just dropping in to try to throw my name out there. I am following a lot of these people. There's just, like I said, there's just so many. I can't get to them all, and I don't do this full time. You know, I work a full-time 40-hour job, so this is my hobby, I guess. But I am watching y'all. I am checking out your stuff. I do share, so sometimes I share out to Facebook and try to get more people in the community. Get people, friends of mine, to understand what the community is about and maybe join in as well, you know. But yeah, I'm happy this actually worked. A lot of times I try to do stuff like this and it just ends up not working. Like, I swear I've done it, I swear. But I hope you enjoyed this hour of rambling, and hopefully it helps you with some of your stuff. And I've said before, a lot of the stuff people are showing you, it's useful in other things. The skills are transferable. A lot of these apps, you can do all this stuff. You know, there's different ways of doing the same things. It's just a matter of finding how, or finding someone who found a way how. So I figured I'd show you how I do some of the stuff I do. And again, it's early, and I haven't even had a coffee yet, man. This is what I get. I get so focused. I gotta do something now, and I don't finish, or I'm so scattered. But I did this. I did it. Now, hopefully, I can figure out how to broadcast it, because this wasn't live. This is the first time I've done like a recording in the StreamYard studio. So let me figure out how to broadcast, and I'll see you then. Apparently, somehow, maybe, kind of, sort of live, but not. Peace out.